This is something that's standard in Japan. The teacher has to visit the family's home for all the children that they have in their class. So for this year, my daughter's teacher, their classroom has 40 students, so it will be the teacher's job to visit all those kids' families over the next week. And it's just one of the many ways where teachers in Japan really put in a lot of extra hours. They're constantly seen at the schools, on holidays, on weekends, late hours, those kinds of things, pretty much throughout summer vacation. My father and mother were both teachers, and so I remember in the States, when there was a holiday, they were just home, I mean, they worked and did stuff, and my dad had always grade papers and things like that. A lot of extra work called on by American teachers, but definitely an extra added level to things in Japan for the things that they have to do. So there's a meticulous schedule all planned, and the teacher conquers one kind of neighborhood every day, and in some places it's encouraged that the teacher has to walk to all those locations to kind of encourage what the children should be doing, which is that they should be walking to school. I think because we live so far away, the rule's been kind of extended, and my daughter's teacher will be able to drive up here. So that's usually what's been done in the past. So, but it's only supposed to be 15 minutes. They make a big deal about it, like you're not supposed to actually let them inside. We're supposed to just talk in the entryway. They also make a big deal of saying that, you're not supposed to offer tea or snacks. But everybody ignores this because that's totally against Japanese culture and the way that we live and breathe every day. So of course the teacher's always invited into the home, into a room where we speak. And almost, 50% of the time I'd probably have to say somebody serves at least tea. Maybe not a snack, but at least something to drink. So, but it's meant to be, encouraged that it's not supposed to be a big deal for the families. It's not supposed to put them out. You're not supposed to feel like you have to go out of your way. It's supposed to be just a very casual kind of conversation. But the teacher comes and just talks about things and how things are going, and gets a chance to kind of see where their house is. And, the conversation is not very complex. It's kind of like, back to school night, but in reverse, where the kids' parents get to hang out at home and wait for the teacher to come to them. And then there is other times throughout the year, I think 2 more times, where I actually go to the school and have a one-on-one meeting just with the teacher about how things are going. But this is the only time, right in the very beginning, where the teacher comes to us. So it's always kind of a nerve-wracking time. The kid's not present. They're supposed to not be around. They're supposed to be someplace else. In our particular instance, we're lucky, or maybe, I don't know, unlucky, depending on how you look at it, for my husband. Since we teach and work from home, my husband's around, and so he's usually present for the meetings. In other family situations, the father is usually at work, and so it's usually just the mom who is left to talk to the parents, to the teachers. That's a pretty common thing here. Usually the only person who's really responsible or takes any part in any of these school activities is the mothers, while the fathers are usually at work. So when you do see a father around, everyone kind of looks like, oh my gosh, what's he doing here? So it's always a little overwhelmingly surprising, which is strange to me, but that's the way things work. The only exceptions would be maybe when we have sports day, and that's, specifically done on a Sunday so that dads can show up, which is a good thing. But beyond that, usually it's just the moms that are doing things. So, but it's a fun time to kind of get a chance to see the teacher and kind of get a feel for what she's like. We had a really young teacher last year. She was maybe only been teaching 2 or 3 years. And this year's teacher, she's a veteran, so we'll get a different kind of vibe from her, I'm sure.